How's it hanging, everybody? Welcome back to Tag Team, Pokemon Trading Card Games premier podcasting trio. My name is Riley Hulbert, joined as always by my good friends, Mr. Andrew Mahone and Mr. JW Kriewall. Folks, how are we doing today?
Big chillin', Riley. Big chillin'. Just got some big results in from Japan, post-rotation format. That's exciting. The Fukuoka Champions League. And going to be talking about that today, so I'm excited about that. Got some more tabletop testing coming up with Jesse Parker on stream. And then obviously the Full Grip Games 6K doubleheader coming up the end of March. Pokemon Day coming up this weekend as well.
Yes.
So just some fun stuff all around. Lots of hype things going on in the Pokemon universe.
Agreed. JW, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Got a chance to watch some sport on Sunday. The finals of the men's ice hockey Olympic tournament. It was like pretty epic game. You guys, I'm sure you saw it, right? And the aftermath. There was some fun aftermath.
Oh, I think I saw a clip on Truth Social that our glorious leader Donald Trump was on the rink playing in the Olympics. Yeah,
I think they said he did score the winning goal, I think.
Yeah, I saw him tearing it up. Yeah, on the Truth Social app. Yeah, posted by him, so it's got to be real.
Dang, he's got moves like that? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Pretty wild game though. It's fun to have somewhat of an interconnected community in that way, right? Like there are a lot of Canadians that I know that listen to this podcast, and I just want to say hold this L because
gotta say I was so stoked watching our glorious leader Donald Trump score all those goals on the hockey team that I had to go and buy his $1,000 signed Bible as well when I was done, because I saw Nicki Minaj posting about that on the X application, and then was like, dang, that's
Nicki
actually
Minaj
what happened to Nicki Minaj?
We live in hell, boys. We live in hell. Okay, that's how it's really going. Let's just lead. We live in hell, bro. Cash Patel.
Oh my gosh, I thought
partying.
Wow.
Partying, whatever. Epstein files getting covered up. It's a disaster. It's just a heaping, flaming disaster out there. Okay? No, I'm not excited about the hockey game. No.
What are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about? You can have pride in your country, bro, and still say it sucks.
Oh, she did post about that Bible. Dang. I had to fact check that.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was I don't know. I was more stoked on the Alyssa Liu figure skater. Yeah, that was pretty hype. That was cool.
I didn't see that.
I haven't really kept up with the Olympics this year, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the Winter Olympics always come and go, and there's a lot of fun events in the Winter Olympics, but nobody is talking about the Winter Olympics like at the level they talk about Summer Olympics, and I struggle.
Which is weird, I think, because the Winter Olympics has like way more interesting stuff going on.
I disagree 100%. I think Winter Olympics are basically like the fake Olympics for Norway.
Oh. Yeah. No,
literally.
No. I think the Winter Olympics are a lot of fun. But personally, my favorite events are at the Summer Olympics.
Yes, because
what do you like at the Summer Olympics?
I like the racing events. I like track and swimming.
Yes.
People running, I see that every day.
Dude.
What? You see
people running down the street, dude.
You're literally
I see that.
Baiting, dude. You're rage baiting.
I see that every day. I'm not rage baiting. Okay, here, let me give you one. Let me give you a Winter Olympic.
You're rage baiting like crazy.
Let me give you a Winter Olympic sport, okay? They ski like 10 miles and then they shoot things. That sounds very interesting.
Winter Olympics are cool. I'm team Winter Olympics are cool. I'm just saying my favorite events are in the summer. That's all. I feel like it's not a controversial take even. I feel like that's like super milk toast.
You're
Winter
and you're saying
Olympics
running
exists-
is interesting? You're saying running is
Yes,
interesting?
dude.
Like that's the argument? You're like, "Oh, well, I like Summer Olympics because it's way more interesting." And then you cite running as a sport that you enjoy watching.
That's okay.
Running's
First off,
not
you're
just
misrepresenting
a
me.
sport. Running's not just
It's
a
the sport.
It's the sport. Yeah, thank you,
Well-
Riley, for literally finishing my sentence. It's not just a sport. It is the sport.
But also, think about it.
Yes.
It's like
Insane.
Usain Bolt. Like that has to be like the most iconic Olympian. And who? Michael Phelps, Katie
and
Ledecky,
Michael Phelps.
Like,
Literally and Michael Phelps, yes.
like literally, those are the most iconic Olympians in history.
You're nuts.
What about Apollo Anton
Okay,
Ono?
name 3 Winter Olympians that a normie could rattle off the top that aren't named Shaun White.
What about
Shaun
well,
White.
okay, Shaun White.
Literally,
Shaun White is
bro.
like okay, Shaun White. I was gonna go there. Apollo Anton Ono. Okay, he was a big deal.
Nobody knows who that is.
I mean, the back when obviously this was the first year in about 20 years that they've had hockey players at the Olympics. But like Sidney Crosby, I think is a gold medalist. Played like 20 years ago or whatever.
Bro, the normies are not whipping out Sidney Crosby, dude. Come on.
The greatest, one of the greatest hockey
players.
players of our generation. What are you talking about?
I'm not
Nobody
getting. I'm not getting
cares,
rage baited
dude.
by you. I'm not getting rage baited.
No,
by you.
Oh
no.
my
We're gonna have to
goodness.
move on. We're gonna have to
You
move
guys
on.
are insane. You guys are
We're
insane.
gonna
I would say.
have
Okay,
to
so
move
let me.
on.
I would actually. I would actually go.
Okay, let's
farther.
Let's just look at the
Just.
viewer numbers
I
of
want
this.
one more. I want one more. I want one more argument. I want one more argument. Okay, I would go so far as to say the most iconic Olympic event for the United States happened in the Winter Olympics,
No.
and that would be 1980 hockey tournament. Yeah, I would say that's like the most iconic American Olympic result.
No, I don't even know what you're referring to, so it can't.
The
be.
Miracle on Ice, the quarterfinal,
Dude, nobody
United
cares
States
about hockey.
versus
I
U.S.
don't know how many times I've said nobody cares about hockey.
Oh my goodness,
Nobody cares about hockey.
dude.
Okay,
It's like
okay,
a
you're
tier
kind of rage baiting
4
too,
sport.
but-
You're
Like, it is like right down
insane.
there. It is like right down there with MLS in the United States, bro. Nobody cares. And I like soccer. So it's not even favorite. I like soccer, but I admit nobody cares.
Yo.
Hockey
I
is
don't-
a rich white kid sport, bro. Nobody cares. I don't need to see a bunch of privileged white kids beating themselves up with sticks, bro. Don't need to see it. It's
Okay.
stupid.
Beating people up with sticks is hype. I'm just saying though, if you're asking a normie the most iconic Olympic moments, you also got to factor in like Michael Phelps, 8 golds, Beijing 2008. Like, come on,
Yeah, but that's not a moment.
More-
Name a moment.
a moment. Oh my god,
Name a
You're
moment.
rage-baiting.
You're rage
Also, I
baiting,
did-
dude. You're literally.
I also
rage
did.
baiting.
I did audit the viewer history, and the Summer Olympics averaged 3 billion viewers compared to 2 billion for the Winter Games. Like the proof is in the pudding, dude.
3 billion versus 2 billion. Well,
Yeah,
it's
that's a 150% increase.
okay.
And
That's a billion
mind you,
people.
that in the summer
Different.
people are going out and doing stuff, and in the winter people are all cooped up because it's cold and stuff.
okay, that's crazy. Well, it's clearly related to global warming. I bet if you went back like 40 or 50 years.
If you went back 100 years, this,
Yeah.
it would
The
not be
cope
the
is
same.
crazy with this one.
I'm just saying, dude. I'm just saying. I think the JW
glad.
I think the JW Army is going to back me up on this one.
They
That's fine.
most certain. I mean, yeah, you and your 500 bot accounts are gonna
Yes,
upvote each other. on this
exactly.
one for sure.
Exactly.
Crazy work. Well,
But
I'm glad
speaking
your
of
week's going well.
speaking of the Winter Olympics, I did get a chance to go outside and play in the blizzard. We had a blizzard in New Jersey. This is like the
I
first
know.
time in the state's history that all counties in the state were under a severe weather watch. Like they were going to get a foot of
Mhm.
snow at least. We got, I'd say, about 18 inches. Made an insane snowman in the back.
Yo,
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like a 5-foot snowman. So, yeah. My
That's
I know I'm
3-year-old
supposed to
did
be
that.
coming to New York City this upcoming weekend.
Yeah, you
I'm
picked a
hoping
bad
that,
time to
like,
come.
it's
Bro.
not a good time. Yeah, no.
I'm hoping that everything is clear by Friday.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Mom
this is
Donnie's been
definitely-
paying people to like clear the snow, so you'll be fine.
Yeah.
This will be
In
sorted.
Mom
This will
Donnie,
be
I
sorted
trust
by
for sure.
Tuesday.
This will be sorted.
Exactly.
Yeah, for
Exactly.
sure.
Yeah, by the time you're
Exactly.
listening to this, it's already fixed. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you doing in New York?
Yeah, so I don't know if I've talked about this on the cast, but I did just talk about it on my latest YouTube video a little bit. eBay actually is inviting me out to participate in a Pokemon Day live stream event that they're hosting in New York City this upcoming weekend, and it is it's like a promotion type deal for their eBay live service, which basically like eBay's live auctioning streaming thing. That it's like a kind of like Whatnot, eBay's answer to
It's
Whatnot.
eBay's
right?
answer to whatnot. Yeah.
It is literally eBay's answer to Whatnot. But they're hosting like this live stream on Saturday, and it is like a game show style thing. They've hired like legitimate hosts. I don't know if it's my place to reveal who the hosts are, but they're legitimate hosts. And if you're a fan of the Pokemon trading card
Ryan
game,
Seacrest.
you'll know them.
I can't wait, dude.
You'll know them.
That would actually be hilarious. If it was right.
You'll recognize them. But you can see that like on the flyer. I don't know. There's like a flyer on like the eBay live thing. And
let me look
I
it
did
up.
see that Wolfie's going to be there too as a
Yeah.
guest as well. And
counterpart.
some other popular Pokemon streamers and content creators. But they're doing like a game show. Like the structure of it is like this game show, and they're having different featured guests come on to participate in the game show. And like based on how guests do, like they auction things off at like discounted prices or whatever, if you do really well, and maybe things will be like super cheap or whatever. And then I am also bringing 3 items from my personal Pokemon journey that I'm going to be auctioning off for charity for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So
Cool.
that is the thing. You need me to get you the link, JW?
Yeah. Give me the link. I was trying
I'm
to pull
struggling
it
to
up.
find the
I'll
link
get you-
too. Google is not serving.
It is in my latest YouTube video, actually. If you go to my latest YouTube video
I didn't watch
and
that.
click, well, you can go to it. I'm telling you, I'm leading you to water so that you can get your own fish. Yes.
I see.
And then if you go to the description of my latest YouTube video,
What's your channel?
Andrew.
Yes. Sorry, I don't watch that stuff.
There it
Yeah,
is.
link
There
to
it
that
is.
area.
Yep. Yep. Okay. And then the top
Okay.
link.
Okay.
Yep.
eBay
Okay.
Live.
And
eBay
there
Live.
it is.
Okay.
There it is.
I feel like you're
Yep.
making this out to be a much bigger deal than it is.
What do you mean?
Okay. I know that person. Wolf, they put him very small. That's a shame.
Well, and
Oh,
I'm
I know
very
that
small,
person.
too, so I
There you
assume
are.
that.
So wait,
assume
so
that
this
some of these-
is somebody
Hey, can we
important.
measure which circle's bigger?
Yeah.
Wolfie or Andrew?
I can barely. Let's see.
It's looking close.
Yeah.
You're making this out to be bigger.
I don't know. Riley, do you think that this is like, I don't know. Do you think that Andrew's kind of like overhyping this? Because I don't know. This seems like AI slop, to be honest.
Oh, you're so mad. He's so mad. He's so mad that he
Lord.
flew out to California for the freaking grift game that I do not remember the name of. Azuki TCG. Yes.
It
And
is
eBay
randomly
hit
like
me
so
up.
hard to find.
eBay hit me up to go do a Pokemon Day event in
eBay.
New York City, and you were mad.
Dude,
You were
eBay,
very mad.
that's a dead marketplace.
Envy does
dude.
not
It's-
look good on you, Data.
People,
It does not
the
look good on
the
you,
hotness,
bro.
the hotness now is Facebook Marketplace. Okay, just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Envy does not look good on you, bro.
Holy.
Anyways,
Let me-
it's a thing that I'm excited about. I mean, they paid for my flight, my hotel. They're paying me a nice little appearance fee, and they paid for me to run an ad on the YouTube channel leading up to it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Natalie and I are treating the occasion as an opportunity to go out, have a night out with a babysitter. Obviously, we have someone watching our son back home while we're out. So we didn't get to go out for Valentine's Day, so we're treating it as an opportunity to do that. And yeah, should just be a lot of fun. I'm very much looking forward to it. Like I said, the hosts are cool people as well. So I'm gonna be excited to be working with them to do this. I have like a 45-minute segment on Saturday that I'm participating in the live stream. That's it. It's not like I'm booked for the whole weekend. There's like a whole party happening like on Friday, which is Pokemon Day. They're doing like an event downtown where they have like a beer garden and like different collectible vending type situations going on.
Oh, nice.
Downtown near the trainer court, which is the shop downtown, which actually got robbed
Poke
Court 2 months ago.
Yeah,
it was.
It used to be called the Poke Court, and then they got I did know that actually. That was a big deal. My parents sent me articles on the Poke Court because they stole like a couple $100,000 worth of product.
I know. I was like trying to look up the shop. And that was all that was coming up. It was the fact that like the video footage of these robbers coming in, and they were just pointing guns at people, like.
Yeah, it was like a trade night, I think.
Yeah, it was literally like there were people like in seats like playing, and then all of a sudden like you're sitting there playing Pokemon, and then all of a sudden you got a gun in your face, and it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, it was like that.
God.
So that was pretty nuts.
I would have disarmed the robbers, but
you're like Mark Wahlberg on 9/11.
Yeah. So
yeah, so
I was there. Would have turned out different.
I'm excited about this. The guy that works on the eBay Live team who contacted me to get me to be a part of it is he's a cool dude. He's a fan of Gym Leader Challenge, probably how he knows me.
Let's go.
Fan of the channel. So that's
awesome.
That was hype as well. So yeah.
Dang. Well, that'll be fun.
It's a fun little opportunity.
That'll be fun.
I think so.
I've got good news. I've audited the circles, and you and Wolfie are the same size. So
good to hear.
If you were worried,
but I will say that he takes up more
not
area.
The same size.
He takes up more area.
Oh, that's even better for you. Then. That's
cropped.
A plus.
Andrew is kind of cropped.
Yeah,
off
that's
the
true.
Screen,
so Andrew, you do have the same size of circle, but yeah, you did kind of get cropped at the edge there. So I guess that's their way to give Wolfie the up. That's true, JW.
I am not worried or thinking about this.
Yeah,
I'm just excited to be.
Neither is anyone else.
The flyer. I'm excited to just be. I'm thrilled to just be a part of the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
I'm not really measuring. Not measuring circles out here.
No one's measuring. It's just interesting. It's just interesting, right?
It's just a data point. Is all.
Just curious. Anyway, yeah, that should be fun, man. That's cool. That'll be I'm excited to hear who the hosts are. Obviously, you can't reveal that, but I'm pulling for Ryan. Like I said, maybe like Tom Brady. Like Tom Brady, I think is getting into the collectible scene. Like that would be a really cool host. So I'm hoping it's one of those two.
Yeah, Tom Brady has all these freaking cards, like sports card stores now.
Yeah, or maybe like Chumley. Chumley could be fun.
Chumley. Do not get Chumley up there. Bro,
imagine. Okay, now I'm trying to think like who would be my like tier list. What about like Chris Angel?
Chris Angel?
Yeah,
that's a name I haven't heard in years.
What do you think about Chris?
What's Chris Angel up to? Oh, he's just performing in Las Vegas every day. I guess that makes.
Yeah, but he could probably make a trip to New York or like Bam Margera. Yeah. Do you think it's Bam Margera? That would be cool, right, Andrew? That's kind of like your little like skate guy,
bro. Just
we
got a lot to cover. We could move on.
Did I guess it?
This is just a little
crazy. That's crazy,
dude. Former host of American Idol and current host of Celebrity Wheel of Fortune, Ryan Seacrest. That's nuts.
That's crazy. Okay, well,
Well,
see what
you're just
happens.
gonna have to tune in. You're just gonna have to tune in.
Wow.
See what you could do.
Awesome
You could
stuff.
click the remind me. That way you digitally
That's true.
RSVP. Yeah, click it. Yeah, there you go.
Ooh.
Nice.
Bro, I'll be there.
Yeah,
I'll
see,
be
I
there.
did my job. There we go.
I'll be there.
Bang.
I basically live in New York City, so I'll see you on the live.
Basically.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'll see you at the trainer court.
At the trainer court.
Yep.
Sweet.
It's going down.
Let's go.
So
Very
that's what I'm
nice,
doing this
very
weekend.
nice.
Should we get into it? Wait,
Yes.
we didn't see what
Should we?
you were up to, Riley. I mean, it 20 minutes in. But,
That's all right. I was sick for the last week. It was kind of sucky, but I started to turn the corner as we hit the weekend, and now I'm feeling pretty good. So all is well. I actually just picked up my suit for the wedding this afternoon, so that was pretty cool. Things are going good.
you're so prepared.
Although I don't have any cool freaking Wolfie-sized circles or anything, so I don't know. Just all feels meaningless.
It's not the same size. He is cropped.
Purely speaking, surface area,
True.
like, yeah,
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So just
fact,
I don't want any. I want
that
to
makes
go
me
back
feel
to
the only
this
one who's not
information.
cropped. It's the only one who's not cropped. Yeah, on the whole.
That's
Okay.
true. Yeah.
Interesting.
All right, that makes me
Interesting.
feel a little better. That makes me feel a little better about the way things are going these days. But no, life is good. Great times out here.
It's good to hear.
But I think we gotta jump into the mailbag, folks.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, let's
it's
do
probably
it.
about
Same
time.
mailbag.
It's probably about time. All right. Got some interesting comments. We were lucky to ask a photo of JW and Jesse. JW and Jesse, we were that kind of the duo for EUIC with my son in the queue for the competitor kit. Thank you for that. I was always wondering if these YouTubers are so nice in person or just for viewers. But they were very nice IRL too. So I think that probably extends to you both, right? I'm sure other people would say the same, about you.
Well, I mean, the thing with JW is it's really all performative.
It is.
He's performative.
All
JW
JW
nice
the
when they come
character.
up to him.
Right.
Right. JW the person rage baits about the winner of the.
That's not even a rage bit. I can't. That's not even a bit. This isn't even a bit. I just can't believe it. I can't believe you guys. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, I hope the mailbag next week is going to be full of the JW Army sock accounts defending me. Let's see. The only true addition to the American culinary culture for New Jersey is the Ripper from Rutt's Hut, and that is close to me. That is in Clifton. I do need to go, Alex. Thank you for that comment.
What is the Ripper?
The Ripper? It's like a hot dog.
Okay. Cool.
I'm telling you, man, New Jersey, I feel like people from here are like, dude, the hot dogs, the pizza, the diners, it's so good. And
this?
then I'm like, oh, geez, I feel like there's got to be more out there.
Like a hot
Really
dog with some
enjoy-
crap on it.
Really enjoy all your content, Chad says. Andrew, that's very nice. Got a lot of nice content. I did actually watch the top 10 video.
I know
I
you
was
did
just-
because the bar was red.
The bar was
I
red.
know you did.
Yeah, the bar was red.
I know.
So,
So you tried
Dang.
to tell me that you did it, but then your computer lied.
Andrew, I watch all your
exposed
videos.
Your lie.
Listen. I watch all your videos because I love you and your family. So if I don't watch your videos, then I feel like
Aw.
I am actually taking like food out of your baby's mouth. So
Yup.
It's true. It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Dear
So
listener, all of you now watching
One
my
view.
videos are also
Yeah.
taking food.
you're liable. You're liable if you know and do nothing.
That's right.
If you
In fact,
choose
stop
not
listening
to,
right now and go watch Andrew's videos on loop to save his family.
if you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice, as I always say.
That's so deep and true. Yeah. Especially in this context.
Started playing Pokemon with my daughter when she turned 7. A new one is due in June, and I'm gonna have to slow down and try to survive the lack of sleep. I don't know. don't know. I got another one coming up. I mean, after you have two, like, it gets easier, man. It gets easier. Colin says, that's crazy. My opinion of JW has changed forever. I read this comment pre-recording, and I wasn't quite sure which point in the episode.
No timestamp.
No timestamp associated.
That's a bold comment for sure.
So maybe we can get some clarity. Give it an upvote there.
Yeah, give it up.
Andrew, the deck you are looking for is Alakazam. So fun. Chance says, thoughts on Alakazam, Andrew?
Yeah, that deck's sick. That deck is sick. But apparently, maybe the Haunch is the premier single prize deck if we're going by the Fukuoka results.
Oh.
I was of the belief that Alakazam was the premier single prize deck. But maybe not. I mean, it seems like everybody is playing Unfair Stamp as their ace spec. Maybe that does more damage to Alakazam than I had thought. I had heard that maybe, I think I heard that like Daiichi was playing Alakazam with a Genesect in it and Lucky Helmets. And you can put the tool on the Genesect to lock ace specs, right?
It's a wild world out there. I cannot wait to look at the Fukuoka Champions League results.
Yeah.
We only have the top 16,
So-
but it's like the brews are insane. So yeah, that does make sense.
I think it is becoming a slightly better time for single prize decks, but you still got Dragapult and you still got Dusknoir out there, and those cards are just incredibly toxic. So
yeah,
Doesn't seem like Dusknoir is like as prevalent.
No, it's not as, because the format's slightly less consistent now. But yeah, still out there.
Jesse says, I wouldn't say EUIC is a dead format when we still have Seattle in this format. Okay, I think so. Ascended must become legal for Houston and Orlando plus
Yeah,
the
Seattle
regionals.
or it becomes legal on March 6th.
Got
It's
it.
a dead
Okay,
format,
okay.
bro. It's a dead format. I know.
Well,
I know.
I don't know,
It's a dead format.
dead.
We got a whole other
necessarily.
regional coming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we got another
we're
regional.
hosting regionals in dead formats. Listen, Ascend Heroes is that like I don't know. I feel like they took all the wind out of the momentum of these couple of events by like pushing Ascended back.
It's chill.
Dead
Ascended
format.
didn't have any momentum to start.
No, it
So.
didn't. But it's like now it's an uber dead format. To me, I mean, a dead format is in the eye of the beholder.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like Crown Zenith a couple of years ago. Like if Crown Zenith was released a few weeks later, it would have been fine.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you all, dear viewers, for the mailbag comments. We look forward to hearing more from you next week. Before we get to Fukuoka, got some news, got some new card reveals, and Riley's going to drop a little lore on us. I don't know what's going on with the new stadium card, but we got some new Pokemon
Riley is
cards.
definitely the most knowingest Pokemon lore keeper out of all of us.
And that's why we keep
out
him
of us
around.
three for sure.
It's
Out of us
not
three, for
close.
sure.
Yeah.
In Pokemon lore, specifically this lore is mildly interesting.
Well, and
Pokemon
yeah,
on the
because
whole is really not that
well,
interesting.
Andrew and I were both, and it's really like kind of indicative like of the new releases, right? Because Fire Red, Leaf Green was announced for the Switch 2 or whatever. It's like announced for the Virtual Console or whatever on the Switch, and like Andrew and I are like, yeah, that sounds like really fun. Like I would like to go buy that. And Riley is like, no, that like Pokemon's just making, trying to make a quick buck, and I would never. Why would anyone purchase that?
They are, and it's what? It's fine if you buy it, but it's absolutely not worth $20. I'm sorry.
To each their own.
That's. I don't really feel like that's debatable. Like you can spend $20 on it if you
What
want.
if you
but
don't
it's-
have Fire Red or Leaf Green?
Then download it on the pewter, bro.
How would you do that?
What? I can't tell you how to do that.
Could you say the
No.
website out loud that you do this kind of thing?
Yeah, I didn't know it was free.
Download. Yeah. Is Nintendo
I-
putting it out
yeah.
for free somewhere?
Oh my gosh, bro. Also, Fire Red and Leaf Green are arguably the worst games in Gen 3. Fire and Leaf Green suck to play.
I'm
Low-key.
sorry.
Oh, no, they're great.
They do.
No,
They
they're
do.
Great.
I'm
They're
sorry, my
just,
nostalgia
like, straight
could never.
No, they're
Yeah.
like straight remakes of Red and Blue, and I'd almost rather play the janked up Red and Blue than I would play Fire Red and Leaf Green. Because Fire
This
and Leaf
dynamic
Green is like,
crazy. I'm never on JW's team getting rage baited by Riley. This is so.
oh my
nuts.
gosh, oh my gosh.
Yeah, but you have the post game stuff. And you
No,
can get so many
the
more
Seaby
Pokemon.
Islands, bro. The Seaby Islands is the worst post game in all of Pokemon. Dare I
No, it's
say?
so sick.
It's so
No,
bad.
It's cool.
Holy!
It's so
you guys
cool,
haven't
yeah.
played it recently. I played a Nuzlocke
No, I
with Fire
did.
Red
I
not
played it a
that
couple
long
years
ago.
Yeah,
And
I Nuzlocked
it was
sick.
ridiculously easy. It was so boring. And then you get to the freaking Seaby Islands, which are the worst location in Pokemon. They literally suck so bad. There's nothing going on there. They force you to drag around them and do nothing in the middle of the story for no reason. And there's also no day-night cycle in Fire Red Leaf Green for no reason. So you can't even evolve Eevee into Umbreon and Espeon. It's so stupid.
Why would I want to
hate
do
those
that?
games.
It's Fire
Yeah.
Red and Leaf Green.
That's
You know
true.
what? I would be
Espeon and
okay with
Umbreon
that.
are not.
No, listen,
not
I would be
Gen
okay
1,
with
dude.
that for the main story game. I would actually be okay with that. But the fact that you still can't in the post game when there's Johto Pokemon crawling around is ridiculous. It is
Or
ridiculous.
you're gonna have to trade it to a Johto game in order to do that.
No, you have to trade it. There were no Johto games. You'd have to trade it to your Ruby and Sapphire cart, which do have day-night cycles built in.
Yeah, so
And
if
evolve
Yeah,
it
well,
there.
if you're
That's
dedicated, then
silly.
you would do that.
Then you would do that. Yeah.
You can't do that on your Switch, bro. You can't. It's like an incomplete game. It's like
no, you can. You just have
missing
to
a-
be local with somebody. You can go up to the Wi-Fi room and do all that. You just I don't think
You can't on the
can't-
Switch. You can't access Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald exclusive. Fire and Leaf Green only have a small chunk of the Pokedex. So even if you're local wireless, because there's no Wi-Fi, mind you, on this
Well,
remake,
yeah, I don't need
you
Wi-Fi.
can't even
I have
complete your
I have
Pokedex.
friends. I have friends. I see the people
It
who
doesn't
are
matter
like
if you have
online.
friends. You can't catch a huge chunk of the Dex.
I see people who are like, oh, well, I can't trade over the internet. I guess I'll just die then. I'm like, wait. It says right here that if you like have a friend, you can you can trade.
They are charging $20 for this.
Yeah,
They
that's
should
the cheapest
enable
it's ever been,
basic
Riley.
features.
That's
They
the
should
cheapest
enable
it's ever
basic
been.
features. I don't
All right,
know.
so what if
I
you
know.
don't have
I
the
feel
game
like
and you wanna play
Pokemon gets away with this stuff when any other development company would get dragged through the mud and beaten and flayed and tarred and chicken feathered for
All right,
doing
let's
this
talk
kind of
about-
stuff.
Let's talk about the most affordable legal ways to play Fire Red, Leaf Green.
That's silly.
$20.
You could do that for literally. Also, they're explicitly excluding it from the Switch Online because they know people will pay $20 for it.
That's
They,
their
if they actually
prerogative.
care, if they actually cared about accessibility, which is the basis of your current argument, then they would put it on the Switch Online subscription. But they don't. They care about making millions of dollars off of piggies eating slop.
Yeah, which is exactly the formula for Legend Z to A, so I don't want to hear it.
I'm not even disagreeing. I think the Pokemon company just gets away with egregious practice. You're on the same page as me, actually.
I don't think this is the difference is I don't think this is egregious. I think it's a nice service for people who want to pay $20 to be able to play the game legally. I think that's nice.
Oh my god. They put zero effort into this and they're charging $20.
You don't know that it's
Fine.
It's
We can
almost
move
like-
it's a
on.
direct port, but
Yeah.
They've basically confirmed there's no features coming to this. They might do Pokemon Home, but like if they're making a like virtual console remake, $10. And you know what?
I would
With
rather
Pokemon Home, that's chill.
I would rather them do a direct port like this and charge $20 for it than like do whatever they did with Brilliant Diamond and Pearl or whatever and like
Yeah, brilliant.
charge a lot more. Like that sucks.
You were
Just give
using
me
like
the old
false
game.
equivalents.
Give me the
false
old
equivalents.
game on the new console, 20 buckaroos, I'm in. You know how many
Pokemon
times
Crystal on a
Natalie
virtual
has
console.
paid for Stardew Valley to get that game on different things? A million times,
Okay,
okay?
like again, that's not...
I have Balatro on my Switch and on my phone,
Oh, my.
okay? Happily. Did I feel like I was getting ripped off? No. Like it's because I like the
Look,
game. I don't care.
3DS
bro.
Virtual Console Crystal came with the Crystal game. It came with the Celebi event enabled when you did Elite Four, and it had Pokemon Home support, and that was $9.99. You're telling me they couldn't also make this at least $15, like $20? They're doing nothing with it.
This is
They
Donald
might
Trump's
have the-
America, bro. Yes.
Facts.
This
Yeah.
is
Oh,
this
the
is Donald
tariffs.
Trump's America.
We gotta move on.
Okay.
It's
We
the
gotta move
tariffs, dude.
This is
We
the
gotta
tariffs,
move
bro.
Yeah.
We're just all rage baiting
It's
each
the-
other. This is
It's the
insane. We
illegal
gotta-
tariffs, and now they're going up even further.
That's right.
dude.
Supreme
I feel
Court
like
shut
we
it down.
as
Doesn't matter, bro.
consumers should stand up to Pokemon Company's crap, and that includes the 3D games and the lazy ports.
Well, I am not going to be purchasing, any of these 3D games. I'm already speaking with my wallet in that regard. I'm not just a shill who's buying all the slop. I'm not even saying that I necessarily am going to be buying. I'm not buying Fire Red or Leaf Green on drop. Like, I'm not, because I have the cart, so I don't care. But I think it's nice. To me, I'm like, that's cool. I'm glad it exists.
If it
one
was
day down
nice,
the
they
line-
would make it. They would make it cheap.
If one
it
day
was
down
nice,
the
they'd make
line,
it cheap.
I decide that I want my son to be able to experience the game on the Switch, he could do that. Great. I love that option is there for him, and that he could maybe experience, somewhat of the same thing that I experienced when I was 10, and he could do it very easily. I'm just happy that they did that. Okay. And I'm not going to take him over to my computer and be like, hey, look, I downloaded this thing for you here on this Switch. It's no, here it is on the Switch. Okay. You can play it. Anyways, we can move on, but I'm just happy that it exists.
Okay, we got some new cards coming up from the Ninja Spinner. Am I saying that right? The Ninja Spinner?
That's what it's called, dude. You think you pronounce it a different way?
Am I saying that correctly? Is this thing on? We got the Mega Floette EX. Is a basic. First attack, Gentle Light. Heal 30 damage from each Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's. And for 3 Psychic, Eternity Bloom, 200 damage. Search your deck for up to 4 basic P energy cards and attach them to your bench Pokemon in anywhere you like. Then shuffle your deck, obviously, as a Mega, a 3 prize Pokemon.
Why did you call him P energy? You've been calling him psychic the rest of the time.
I don't know. I just throwing a little P.
Yeah, he was mixing it
A
up.
little P.
I was mixing up. Yeah, it
Little P.
was a switch up. Keep you guys on your toes.
All right.
I was following.
So where we at? Is this the most broken card of all time?
No, you got to read the
Oh,
stadiums.
You
This
need the
is actually
stadium
really
to
cool
make that judgment.
because the stadiums, this is a never been done mechanic before. And actually, I was really impressed reading them because I was like, these might suck, but at least they're thinking, okay, over there.
Evolving
at Creatures.
stadiums.
at
At least they're freaking thinking.
Yeah.
All right, so
Because
yeah, let's
it's
read
30 years.
it. Let's read it. So we got the Prism Tower. Once during each player's once during each player's turn, that player may discard 2 cards from their hand. If they do, draw a card. So something that both players can use. And then the evolution. And Riley, you have to fill me in on the lore because I have no idea how these are related. They look like 2 separate towers to me.
The
Ange.
Floette.
Ange?
Yeah, I got you on the lore.
Floette.
I got
You can play
And-
this card only by discarding Prism Tower in play. You can play this card even if Prism Tower was played this turn. So you slap the Prism Tower down, and then you can play this. Each Mega Floette EX in play gets 150 health. So it starts out with 250, and then you get the stadium down, and it's got 400 HP. Give me the lore, please. What's going on here?
Okay, I'm gonna go deep. So you know the dude AZ? Remember him?
I do.
Oh, yeah.
I do.
So do you know AZ's whole sitch?
That was like black and white, right? He was locked away for
No.
1,000
No,
years.
no,
or
it was
something.
X and Y.
Oh, X and
So-
Y. Okay.
So the sitch with AZ and then later Lysander is AC was the king of Kalos, right? And there was a big old war. That's why Mega Pokemon were about.
War.
And AZ, yeah, there's war and stuff in Pokemon, and they kill each other. And so AZ was like,
What?
screw this, I'm winning the war. And so he basically made nukes up in Pokemon, like straight up. The nukes harness the power of either Xerneas or Yveltal to just kill everything, which is pretty sick, to be honest. So AZ uses the nuke in medieval times and just kills everybody, or like tries to. And as a side effect, he like gives himself and his dinky little Floette eternal life, right? So when you meet AZ in Pokemon X and Y, it's been 3,000 years, and that's where the whole like meme comes from with like it's been 3,000 years because his Floette abandoned him because trying to kill everybody in the world wasn't really a cool thing to do. That wasn't the vibe.
Okay.
So while AZ was like despairing in the 3,000 year gap, he made a second super terrorist weapon called Angie, and actually the intention with Angie was that he was going to use, or Ange or whatever, is that he was going to use his. There's no voice acting in these games, so you don't know how to say any of this stuff.
Correct.
So the intention of this was that he was going to use
for them to afford the voice act. Impossible for them.
No,
to
but
do
they make
this.
the mouth flaps move, which drives me crazy. He was like, okay, I'm going to use this eternal life that I was given and instead like bestow healing upon the world. And so he makes this device, which is meant to like harness him and Floette's eternal life to like heal things. And that was the idea, at least. But then Floette like abandoned him, and he didn't have access to Floette for another 1,500 years or whatever. So it didn't really happen. Flash forward to 5 years after X and Y. Mega Energy is going crazy. Everything's going to crap, and the Prism Tower is like glowing and stuff. That's what you see in the bottom, the Prism Tower version of the card. And it's because Prism Tower is actually that second super weapon, the second like super nice weapon, Angie. And if you don't like calm down the rogue Mega Evolution, then everything's gonna go to crap. And then it turns out like none of the story mattered, and Floette still gets kind of like taken, and so the Angie Floette is Floette being taken by the Prism Tower, and its Mega Evolution energy and its eternal life being harnessed. But because the energy spiraled out of control, it's like all whack and stuff, and it's like destroying the city. So you and your friends that you made on the journey got to band together, and with the power of friendship, you can actually break through these sort of obstacles. And that's what the game's all about. It's about super terrorists.
Whoa.
Yeah, bro. Give me fire.
You
red,
learned
leaf,
all
green.
this in Legend Z-Day?
Well, some of it's from X and Y, and then ZA is like the rest of it, yeah.
Dang, that's crazy.
Okay, so ZA actually did feel like it had a little potential in the story department, but the problem is Pokemon stories are so boring. You know, it's like going through them is boring. You know, like you do like one battle and then they talk to you for 10 minutes silently, and then you do like one more battle and there's 10 minutes of mashing the A button through text, and then you do like one more battle. It just drives me crazy. But it felt like they were trying to do something cool. The problem I have with ZA's story is that it just felt like the only things in the world are happening like exactly where you are type of syndrome. Like nobody else in the whole world like cared about this like super weapon stuff. I don't know.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. And then AZ dies.
Finally.
Literally. That's about time that guy died. He keeps making super weapons. That's what I'm saying. I will say, at least Fire Red is a much snappier experience. And I don't know if I'd pay $20 for it on the Switch, but you don't have to mash the A for 10 minutes.
They don't got super
straight.
weapons in there. Unless you consider Hyper Beam
They
a
don't
super
got
weapon.
Arguably, Fire Red would be mildly better with a super weapon, as long as they don't spend 10 minutes explaining it. Like, imagine if the Sevi Islands had a super weapon on it. That would be sick.
Well, that we don't know that doesn't occur.
Imagine if in the remake there actually is a super weapon. Sevi. Then it's worth $20 easy.
That's crazy. Okay, so is this
truck,
good?
bro.
Is this are we looking at the future of the Pokemon
No
TCG
way,
here?
dude. No
No,
way.
it's
this is
horrendous.
good. You're telling me you got to keep a stadium card in play for a turn to then put your second defensive stadium in play?
No, you don't have to. No. It says you can play this card even if Prism Tower was played this turn. So you could play both of them back to back.
Okay.
The problem
but still,
is that
it's a defensive stadium that you're playing 2 cards to activate.
No, but you could draw a card with the Prism Tower.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh.
So it's like a draw engine.
Not only is it a defensive, if you just ask yourself, like, is the stadium good without the extra hoop? Right.
Right.
Like, we'll start there.
Exactly.
And like, the answer is like kind of no. Right? Because
I feel like for the extra hoop, instead of 150 more HP, it should be 150 more damage on the attack.
and
then we're
talking. Actually be proactive with it, right? But like putting your double stadium into play and being like, God, please don't play one stadium to undo those 2 cards I just played.
And then also KO by
Big
3
ask,
prize flow.
Yeah, it's a big ask.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
But that being said, I am stoked that they are thinking about different ways to go about cards in the Pokemon TCG. That's nice.
I will say this is a great gameplay story integration with the fact that the boss fight for Angie Floette sucked. So kudos
so
to
the tower
Pokemon.
also
Yeah, they're just
to
they're
pay
just making
homage
it true.
to the fact that the fight sucked.
Exactly.
All right,
That fight was straight booty.
Floette is
I'm
not
not even
good.
kidding.
And the
Terrible.
stadium's not good, but it's neat. It's a funny gimmick, and like maybe you could get your funny 400 hit point Floette into play doing some things like on low ladder or something, but it's not happening at a tournament.
Yeah.
All
right.
At least from what
The
I
Prism
can tell.
Tower Stadium isn't terrible, honestly. Like it could.
No,
you
the
could
stadium could
discard
see
and
play
draw a
on
card.
its own merit. Yeah,
But
if
yeah,
you like
that's
needed to be playing out of the
second
discard
one.
pile,
Yeah, exactly.
like in a Dynamotor style deck, like that's not horrible.
Yeah, it's
but we
just
still
a
have
stadium
Ultra Ball
bump.
in format. We also have, we have Ultra Ball in format, so you probably won't ever find yourself in a situation where like, wow, I need to get. But you can imagine like in a format without Ultra Ball, and you're playing a deck like Dynamotor, then that stadium would see play.
They're cooking for the future.
Well, no,
Then
you
that
have
stadium would see play.
no. You do have the Wondrous patch.
There you go.
So
So
thoughts?
it's broken.
So
Okay, so
it's broken.
yeah, wait. So you play down the Floette, you attach a Psychic Energy, you Prism Tower away 2 Psychics, double Wondrous patch, play Angie Floette,
Judge.
and boom, you're swinging for 200.
Yep.
All in one turn.
Yep.
On
200,
turn
and you
one.
get to accelerate 4 psychic.
To accelerate 4 energy.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Okay. Well,
That's
you heard it
insane.
here first. I probably could win in the Champions League. I'll just say that. Ability on the Phantom. We get a new Phantom. Insane for expanded format. Once during your turn, you may put a card from your hand that evolves from this Pokemon onto it to evolve it. Then put 2 damage counters on this Pokemon. You can't use this ability during your first turn. So also has the Ange Tower in
Oh yeah, there it is.
the background. So kind of fun. Nice little Phantom. And then the Trevenant. Cursed Roots, first attack, 30 damage during your opponent's next turn. Energy can't be attached from your opponent's hand to the defending Pokemon. And Overpain, as second attack. This attack does 10 more damage for each damage counter on all your opponent's Pokemon with a base of 60. This is not good.
No.
Yeah, classic horrible Trevenant. Moving on.
Anytime you're looking at like a Phantom like that, though, you think about the XY Trevenant. I mean, in Gym Leader Challenge, that's like where my mind's going. Obviously, you're just like, okay, cool. Like that's a possibility. You could whip up a item locking Pokemon in a single turn. Expanded format. I mean, same concept though. That is going to be less good in expanded format just because of the kind of combos that are there now, but still interesting.
I feel like this isn't even like in the context of just vanilla expanded. That Phantom probably isn't even good enough.
No,
If I'm being real. You can't use it on your first turn.
Yeah, you could.
no, but you can ascend on the first turn, which is what the other one has.
You're gonna play a split of Phantoms. Oh,
No.
my.
No, it's probably better.
I mean, you would.
It's probably better
would
to
if you
do
were-
because there are grass phantoms, right? So you could do like Forest of Giant Plants to actually get a turn 1.
Isn't Forest still
Forest is
banned?
banned.
Oh, it's still banned. and
Forest of
expanded?
Vitality doesn't work.
Yes.
Okay. No, I'm thinking Forest of Giant Plants specifically because obviously Forest of Vitality
Forest is
has
Yeah.
has the clause. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that sucks. We got a Pumpkaboo Gorgeist combo. Pumpkaboo is pretty forgettable, but the Gorgeist Horror Roundo 30 damage plus this attack does 50 more damage for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. They have
Hey,
it, or sorry,
remember,
each of your bench
Hisuian
Pokemon.
Zorak?
They have any damage counters on them, and then Ghost
Hisuian
Touch.
Zorak, anybody? Yeah. Hisuian Zorak,
Hisuian
V-Star
Zorak,
is
GX
back.
and Zors? Or
Yeah.
V-Stars? Sorry, not GX.
We need damage pump
Risky
back.
Ruins?
Let's see. How are we? Okay, Risky Ruins.
Risky Ruins, bruh. Yeah.
This could be cool. Many people are saying this could
Do
be
the
cool.
numbers. All right. Say you got. All right. I'm really good at this game. I've got 5 bench Pokemon,
Mhm.
all with damage counters on
Mhm.
them. How much damage we doing?
280.
280.
Ah, this guy sucks. 280.
No,
That's not nearly
no,
enough.
we need to find a way to get Area Zero Underdepths involved in this.
Oh,
Let's see. Yeah, is there a Pokemon that damages your
There's
own
one
Pokemon?
right. There's one just a little bit higher up, bro. You
There
gotta
is a
get
guy.
the Phantom involved.
Oh! Wait, you're insane!
Oh, there we go. There we
You're
go.
insane!
You're insane, bro.
That's such a good combo.
There's a one right there. Yeah, Riley, you're nuts with the vision, bro.
I feel like that was part of their vision, if I had to guess.
Well, yeah, 100%.
That's crazy.
It just sucks so bad that it was like over our.
Okay. All right. Pretty unfortunate on that. We got a
Wait,
Xerneas. with the-
Hisuian Zorak had a little Gengar that like popped itself out of the discard.
Yeah,
pile.
that was pretty cool. That was pretty.
It
That
also
deck
way
was
drew
better.
cards for itself.
underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, the V-Star ability was pretty strong. The attack was decent. When you had double turbo, you could actually attack in one turn reliably. I
Yeah.
mean, this is a single psychic, so I suppose it's a little bit easier, but there were a lot of things going for that card, and can't quite say the same for the Gorgeist.
Dude, hold on. There has to be a way to cook.
There definitely is. There definitely
What
is.
is the Dodrio legal?
That's what
That's
I
might
151. Is that going to be legal?
Dodrio
When
is
this...
legal. Art zooming draw. Okay.
Okay, come on, get
Okay.
some Dodrios, get some Phantoms down. Like, come on.
I think you're working way
Area
too
0.
hard
All
for this
right.
one.
Who's our Terra?
Come on, there
No,
has to be
it's
a way.
cheeks, dude. It's totally cheeks because
No.
you gotta have a freaking pumpkin, pumpkaboo on your bench too, like a couple of them at least.
Okay. What if it's like a Risky Ruins, but you play Monkey Dory type situation? You can Wonder Patch the Psychic, attach the Darks from hand. Okay? And then
Alright.
you can move damage to add to your output with the monkeys.
All right. Here's the deck. Senti Scorch. You lead Senti Scorch. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yep.
then you've got the luminous energies in the
Yes,
deck, which can
right.
pay for both of them.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then you go Senti Scorch and does $30 on your bench, guys. Yeah. And then you're going pumpkin.
Cook King.
And you guys are saying
Wow.
that, and you guys are just lambasting me about the Floette Ange Tower Stadium and how that could not stay in play for a turn, and yet you're trying to Senti Scorch onto a full bench, an Area 0 bench, to get 30 damage counters on each Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Loki,
Yeah,
that might be better than Ange Float, though.
I think so.
That sounds like a mid-off like
Yeah, for sure.
viewer battle type deal. All right, got a few others here. The Xerneas 3 Ps Geostorm, 30 damage times. This attack does 30 damage times the number of P energy attached to all your Pokemon. So obviously,
Why is this your new thing?
I just throw a little P in there. It like combos very well with the Mega Floette. So I don't know. I'm kind of getting it. I'm getting it. And I'm sorry if you guys don't understand.
Oh,
But
man.
if you attach all of the energy to the Mega Floette and it has 400 HP, very few things are knocking that out.
Then how are you attacking with the Xerneas?
Well, then you Wondrous Patch to the Xerneas.
You know what is knocking it out?
It's
A
Cobalion.
Gorgeist with 8 damage.
Oh, that's true. A
Is that even
Gorgeist.
true? I guess so. Yeah, it is
Yeah,
true.
it
Yeah, if
does
you got
430 damage. That is true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Holy crap.
I was
Pokemon
actually going to
is
say
just
that
giving us our new
Cobalion that was
meta.
right below the one shots.
They're giving us our new meta. Okay, yes, there is some metal support in this set. The metal
They
road.
got
Road
to the
Smith,
metal support to
Cobalion.
keep up with Floette.
Neville
Exactly.
Smith.
Exactly. Yep. So once during your turn, when this Pokemon moves from your bench to active, you may move any amount of metal energy from your Pokemon in play to this Pokemon. So I think the idea here, if we look at the Magnet energy, is that as long as this is attached to a metal Pokemon, this Pokemon has no retreat cost. So I think you're kind of like switching back and forth between the Cobalions. Power Tackle is the attack, 200 damage during your next turn. This Pokemon can't attack. And what is 200 damage a perfect number for?
Mega Floette.
Yep,
Weakness.
Mega Floette and Floette. Yup. Yup. So they're thinking. They're already printing counters
It's the meta
to
right
the
there.
BDIF.
The counters were much needed for sure.
And yeah, Philippe is the supporter here for the metals attached to basic metal from your discard pile to one of your metal Pokemon. So
Okay, the synergy with Prism Tower though.
right? You could discard
There we
two
go.
and get them right back. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. How about
For
that?
sure.
How about that? Thoughts?
Those are good metal
Thoughts?
cards. Good metal
Concerns?
cards. Good metal cards. Yeah, Blacksmith was a good card back in X and Y.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just
The metal
boosting-
cards read better than the psychic cards.
Yes, for sure. I'm not so sure about the Cobalion, but if hitting for metal weakness is like relevant, then that kind of card is certainly relevant. I mean, just look at Iron Leaves EX, right? Like Iron Leaves EX has seen some fringe play over the course of the last couple of years just to like swoop up grass energy and hit for grass weakness, right? Like the Cobalion is kind of filling a same, very similar situation. That metal energy is nuts. I mean, they don't print Floatstone anymore. So like that metal energy is just crazy. And in
That's quite
decks
good.
that are, maining a metal Pokemon, that is going to be an energy that you're playing because it's nuts. Just giving your guy free retreat, especially and metal Pokemon aren't known for
Metal
being
Pokemon are huge.
lightweight. Like
Yep.
they're
Yep,
freaking
they're
huge.
huge.
They got like 3 retreat costs and stuff. So you're telling me like, oh, in any metal deck, you just don't need to play Switch anymore. You just play 4 of these. Like, yeah, that's great, right? So that's a huge boost as well. Yeah, love it, right? It's good stuff. Good cards for metal. The Philippe supporter is good as well. It's balanced. Unlike, a card like Welder, which, was released during the Sun and Moon era. That's kind of like an annoying supporter.
Yeah, but the
For
thing
a
about Welder is that
while.
it didn't have to go to fire Pokemon.
I know, but Philippe is much more balanced, like Blacksmith. It's just a good balanced
Yeah.
card.
Yeah.
Can a card like Philippe really stand up in the modern age, though?
Oh, I'm certainly concerned about that. Yes, Philippe is balanced. That's what I said. It is balanced. Yes, Welder was very powerful is what I'm saying. It was a way better card. Because it also gave you that draw power and all that. But, yeah, Philippe, maybe it gets some play. Depends. Right now you've got the Arcalodon EX. It's like, why play Philippe if you could just Arcalodon EX? Probably just better to just play that idiot in whatever metal deck you're playing, So, like try to play a good supporter instead. But Philippe is here. So, and now, like, the option to
true.
power up a Mega Mawile in one turn, like, that is there.
It does
Right.
exist. Yep.
Like
That's
that
true.
just that combo exists now. Previously, you're looking at Mega Mawile like, dang, that thing's got a crazy like game-winning attack on it. can also just like completely body a cornerstone ogre pawn. The issue is that it costs 2 to 3 energy. Now you just like have Philippe.
That's a good point. That's a good point. And I think with the new Meowth, like having these very niche supporters is valuable, right? Because of the exact scenarios that you're bringing up, right? It's like you can pull something out of nowhere with the Meowth play for the Philippe to go grab the Mega Mawile energy. It's interesting stuff. So
for sure.
Alrighty, well that does it for new cards. Let's meander. I know we have Seattle this weekend.
Players.
What's that?
7,000 with an asterisk.
7,000 with an asterisk. That's true. I know we have Seattle this weekend. That is in the current standard. We're all gonna say Gardevoir is the best deck. So there's no real debate there. Just play Gardevoir with the Drifloon. But Champions League Fukuoka happened. This is the post rotation. We have the top 16 decks with lists from Limitless, and I mean, guys, this is like just looking at the top 16. Obviously, with 7,000 players, there's a lot of deck representation that we don't have here. This is just a very, very, very small slice of what's to come in the format. But these players cooked. They really brewed, and there's some interesting stuff. Kind of, if we take a look at just the breakdown from, again, this is just the top 16. But if we take a look at the breakdown, 4 Dragapult decks, a couple of Raging Bolts, a couple of Rockets Mewtwo finally entering into the meta conversation, a couple of Mega Lucario, and then the Mega Absol box, which won, the Ogerpon Meganium deck, which is crazy, Arboliva deck, which got second, had one Crustle, Rockets Honchkrow, a Terra box, and an Ogerpon box, which certainly have some overlapping qualities. Where do we want to start? Mega Absol box won, Ogerpon Meganium got second, Dragapult up and down, a lot of representation from Rockets Pokemon. Where do we want to begin, fellas? Because there's a lot to talk about.
I mean, let's start from the top. The Absol deck winning, I mean, just won, obviously, the European International Championships, loses TM Turbo Energize, obviously, is like a very big deal. Absol box wasn't looking like it was going to be a top contender in the post-rotation metagame, but you just still have Crispin, right? And we're kind of seeing Crispin be that energy accelerating supporter now. You also have high counts of energy switch, which allow you to really play with your energy, move them onto and off of Monkey Dory in a way that can just allow you to be very flexible. You also very easily splash Lily's Clefairy EX into the deck. Lily's Clefairy EX is just a crazy card in this format, and being able to actualize it is quite good because it one-taps both Dragapult EX and Mega Lucario EX. Dragapult and Mega Lucario were looking like those two were like the front runners in the metagame in Japan, coming out of like the city leagues, which were kind of their only, reference points for what decks were going to be popular post-rotation. This is the first major post-rotation event in Japan. So having access to that Lily's Clefairy EX and being able to like swiftly power it up, recover it easily. There's 2 copies of Night Stretcher, 4 Energy Switch, 3 Crispin, right?
Yeah.
Even if your Lily's Clefairy gets knocked out, you could Night Stretcher, Energy Switch, and you're right back at it, right?
The Lily's Clefairy is cool too. I mean, when you think about how this list is constructed, they have the 3 area 0 underdepths. So that gives Clefairy that reach on the benched, support Pokemon, right? Your opponent's Teal Mask Ogerpon, which featured very prominently in a number of these top 16 decks from Fukuoka. Things like the Latias, things like the Meowth, right? So you get that reach. You're talking about Clefairy being a good attacker into those, into those meta threats, but it's also very relevant just in general against a lot of the support Pokemon that these decks will play.
Yeah, and the Teal Mask Ogerpon is an energy accelerator as well. You got 4 grass energy in here, right? You can just get that extra energy attachment every, couple turns and 4 energy switch. I really love the look of this list. The 2 Latias EX, kind of just acknowledging how important that card is to the functionality of this deck. This deck is not working without that card, so it's they play single game Swiss in Japan, so like, not taking any risks. I'm playing 2 because I need it every single game. And then you are just a big basic toolbox deck that, just kind of glides your energy around. I think that this is a brilliant deck. The Mega Kangaskhan for the draw power, very consistent in its makeup. 3 copies of Serrano, not going the trolley route, obviously. Going 3 copies of Serrano, 4 Ultra Ball to get your boys out. And then Unfair Stamp is kind of like another major story from the results from the Champions League. Unfair Stamp was far and away the most popular hand disrupting card. I mean, it can just win you the game outright. Like, you play it, like, you could just win off that, because decks are slightly less consistent than they were previously. They don't have explosive draw like Research anymore is rotated. And some decks played Judge, some decks played the Clown, but most decks just played Unfair Stamp, and that was it as far as hand disruption goes.
Yeah. I mean, the Unfair Stamp makes a lot of sense, right? When you're looking at Clown and Judge as your only other options, especially with an Absol deck where you're going to rip cards from your opponent's hand potentially. Mm. Also, bear in mind that Arvin has rotated, so like Trolley isn't really viable. Like on the face
you could do
of it,
you could do Petrol, but like Arvin was such an enabler.
Yeah, but like the being able to like Arvin for the full combo with the TM also rotated. Like, there's just nothing to really do with the Arvin anymore. So like the Serrano kind of makes sense. To be honest, I always look at these like super early format Champions Leagues with a little bit of skepticism. I'm looking back right now at the Fukuoka from last year. You guys remember this? This would be like the equivalent tournament. For Alligator won.
Yep.
Goldango Dragapult got second. Blissey got third. 4 different wall decks in the top 8. And that just none of that ever actualized beyond the Champions League.
That was so sick.
Well, I think part of this... I
feel like we kind of got baited by that last year, and I don't want to get baited again.
Well, I think part of this is that you're looking at... it's a best of 1. So it's a little bit different, right? The format structure. And I think that plays into it, a decent amount, right? When you don't have that kind of feeler game to like really understand what your opponent's strategy is, there can be something that you don't anticipate happen in the game that you can't correct for in games 2 and 3, right? And so I do think that plays, into this a bit, where we saw just an insane amount of brewing from these players. Like, there are just a wide variety of decks, and I have to think that the surprise factor was a pretty big deal for a lot of them. Speaking of surprise factor, I this is my favorite deck from the top 16.
This thing's nuts.
This looks cool. And I guess I hadn't really considered the combo of Dawn with Forest of Vitality, but...
You hadn't considered the combo of Dawn with Forest of Vitality?
Not really. I mean, when has that... I mean, that hasn't been played, so...
It never crossed your mind? Right.
Well, I don't know. I'm not testing for post-rotation. It sucks in current format. So... Anyway... We got the Teal Mask Ogrepon again. I got the Meganium. Okay. So far, so good. And then a 2/2 line of Arboliva EX. Arboliva? I don't know if you're a believer, but I certainly am. Oil Salvo for a single grass energy. Choose one of your opponent's Pokemon 6 times. You can choose the same Pokemon more than once. And for each time you choose a Pokemon, do 20 damage to it. So you can set up some pretty gnarly snipe damage, knocking out maybe a couple of Pokemon if they have 60 HP or less, or just putting some significant damage onto your opponent's side of the field for a single energy on a 310 HP stage 2, and then Aroma Shot, largely forgettable, but does 160 for 3, potentially 2 energy if you have the Meganium up. Meganium really just
imagine
hyping
you're like
the
up
damage
against the
from the
Dragapult
Ogrepon.
deck, right?
Right.
Yeah,
I feel
like,
like it's for
imagine-
Dragapult mostly.
Imagine you're up against like a Dragapult deck or something, and it's like single game Swiss, and your opponent's like setting up, and you just go like Dawn, Forest, Arboliva, bang. And you like didn't get Shaman out because you don't know. And you just got freaking cooked, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and you could like
Correct.
snipe the Drakloak or the Dreepy and also knock out the Badoo. You take like a 2-prize turn against Dragapult.
Also,
That's what I'm
a
saying.
lot of lists don't play Shaman. Like if you're doing it
Too.
off rip on a Dreepies, you just can completely prevent them from ever fully setting up. You know,
Yeah,
because
just
they have to
spawn
evolve
trap
through Jacloak usually. And you
Yeah.
just spawn trap them. So to me, it feels like it's a Dragapult oriented inclusion in the deck. Also, certainly I felt this. Teal Mask Ogerpon goes freaking insane with the Meganium in play. That damage ramps so fast. Like you're taking one shots on stuff that doesn't really feel like you have any business taking one shots on with a Teal Mask Ogerpon.
Yes.
Without a doubt.
Yeah,
So,
it's just a teal
pretty
mask.
sick.
I mean, teal mask cannon. I mean, at a certain point, when you have 3 energy, it's very easy to get 3 energy on it, right? Just like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. There's 210 damage for just the 3 energy if your opponent has 0 energy on their side of the board. That's that's crazy.
Exactly.
Right? So
Exactly.
you're one-shotting EXs for 3 energy with Meganium. Like, nuts.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
So I feel like the Teal Mask is scary. It might struggle to prize trade into Dragapult specifically. So then you have the Arboliva to put a ton of pressure on the Dreepies and the Badoos early while you're getting Teal Mask set up on the bench. And then if they ever even Dragapult at all, then you can one-shot like one of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is sick.
Yeah. Very interesting stuff. I mean, we were, seeing in the post rotation that, or at least my thoughts in the post rotation are like, I want to play a deck that has a draw engine. And it's seeming like for a lot of these decks, the Ogerpon kind of fills that void, right? They'll play Ogerpon. You obviously have Fezandipity. You got your Meowth. And that's good enough. So really interesting. This is kind of my favorite list from the top 16. I want to do some more exploring with Meganium. I just, hadn't thought too much about Arboliva, but really nice inclusion there. Let's take a look at Dragapult.
I was catching some heat on stream with Jesse for saying that, like, not every Dragapult list is playing Dusknoir, and it's true. I mean, a lot of them are just, like, doing the Monkey Dory thing, focusing on consistency, and playing.
Well, I feel like
attacks.
Dusknoir is worse when you're, like, don't have the Countercatcher Iono shenanigans.
Exactly. And it's like a lot of that bench space now is going to tech cards. And that's what we see. It's exactly what we see here. Yeah.
Yeah. Walk us through this list, Andrew.
3 Monkey Dory, Kangaskhan, 2 Latias, the Clefairy. I mean, there's a lot to unpack here, dude.
It's kind of like
depth.
It's like similar to the Absol box. Instead of Absol, you're playing Dragapult, right? Because you have like the idea of like Crispin onto Clefairy or Crispin onto the Kangaskhan.
No Teal Mask, no Absol,
right?
Dragapult,
right? So
yeah, it's like
it's
a Terra box. It's like it's Dragapult Terra box is kind of like what it is.
No
right?
basic Terras is kind of crazy for Area Zero, but
yeah. But
that's
you got Kangaskhan, you'll draw into it. All right.
Well, but it only gets activated.
I feel like the 0 is actually just to clear liabilities. Like
I was thinking that too,
and
then
you
wide, Chien-Pao.
And then you Chien-Pao and clear them all.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because clearly the Chien-Pao is there for like, that kind of reason, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So you can like play your Meowth and play your, I don't know, Latias or whatever, and then Chien-Pao them away.
And if your opponent is like playing Dragapult or something and trying to math you out on the bench, you can Chien-Pao those things that are being damaged.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of neat.
So it's not really like a go super wide, I don't think. I think it's mostly
there's only 2. There's only 2. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, this just the fact there's no basic Terras to me signals you're not trying to go wide. You don't care about that. You're trying to do utility stuff with it.
Right. And that's kind of exactly what's going on here, right? It's just a consistent Dragapult deck, focusing on, consistent. But
Well,
can
you even say
look
consistent?
At the supporter
It's like
line,
3,
and
3,
like, is it
2?
consistent? Look at
Yeah.
this freaking. Well, look at the supporter lineup. 2
I
Lily's
know.
Determination.
I know.
4 Crispin.
It's probably chill. You got me out.
You got me out. And you got Mega Kangaskhan. That dude draws cards.
You got Chocloak. You got Kangaskhan. You got me out.
And you got the 4 pad, right? The 4 Pokepad. 4
pad.
Pokeball, 2 Brock.
Your Badoo's gonna get knocked out. That's a Fez draw. Like,
yeah. You're cooking. You're chilling. Honestly, the Dragapult engine is just so consistent with Recon Directive that you don't
also, what's
really
gonna happen? Your
play
opponent's gonna unfair stamp you or not taking knockouts till like the end of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
and
so
you got the
depressed.
Build up the
Harlequin.
resources.
You didn't really think about the Harlequin, which is also here.
That's true.
I
Harlequin
love that guy.
is here.
I love that guy.
And the Cypher Maniacs Code Break. But look at the supporter utility, right? And that's all Meowth enabled. You can go get your Dawn when you want it, go get your Cypher when you want it, go get your Harlequin when you want it. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Interesting stuff. All right. Stepping back from Dragapult, we do have a few others, but they're largely we can maybe take a look at the Dragapult Dusknoir. Rounding out the top 4, Raging Bolt, your beloved. It's back.
Okay, I feel like I said that Raging Bolt had potential without Sada, and you guys gave me crap for it.
No, dude. We believe.
No, I never said that.
Yeah.
No,
sure.
come on.
No. We believed in you, dude. We trust your instinct.
You just Crispin. Yeah, you Crispin.
Yeah, you Crispin.
Chill, dude. You're chilling.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah, 4 Crispin.
Crazy.
You got the trumpet.
You got the trumpets. It's obvious, dude. It's obvious.
It's Teal Mask.
It's not a Champions League without a Raging Bolt in cut.
That's facts.
They had to find room.
Well, you're looking at, I guess post rotation, is Noctowl better, do we think, than it is currently? I might say it is,
better.
right?
Probably.
Because you got the pads. There's less disruption. You got the pads.
Yeah.
I think it might be a better card just overall, post rotation than it is now, and it's currently a great card in the format. Certainly fills a niche.
You're not drawing cards with Sada anymore, and you need to play Crispin, right?
Yeah.
So it's like
right.
Noctowl lets you go get Crispin and something else,
Mhm.
which I think is quite nice. And it also can allow you to pull off the combo heavy turns that you need in order to maybe swing with the Clefairy on a certain turn, go get that energy retrieval, energy switch combo, or whatever the heck you need in order to get that Lily's Clefairy into the active spot to take a crucial knockout. And again, just look, Lily's Clefairy, you've got Iron Leaves, you've got these tech cards in these lists for taking those really clutch swing knockouts. Also being able to just pop a big Lucario or a Dragapult with Lily's Clefairy instead of having to discard all your energy with Raging Bolt can mean that okay, well, this is just going to cost me 2 energy to take this knockout with Clefairy, and then I got Raging Bolt back here, and can be ready to go as a finisher or whatever to clear anything. So it's honestly much more interesting that way, and yeah, I'm stoked to see it. Raging Bolt is a card that I definitely like playing with, so gonna be taking a look at these again, that's for sure. For the new format. Maybe I don't need to learn any new tricks. Maybe I could just revert. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I feel like the deck will play pretty differently when you actually get to brass tacks. I also feel like the attachments are gonna specifically where you're attaching and where your energy are after attacking are gonna be much more important than maybe they were before, because it was so easy just to spawn in a full board of energy with previous versions of Raging Bolt, whereas you basically have to Crispin onto it with only your 4 Crispin to get a Raging Bolt out of nowhere. So
you can glass trumpet,
and there's only 2 lightning. There is only 2 lightning, 2 fighting, 2 psychic. So you're gonna have to be prize checking too, boy. Making sure you know where them energy are
Yeah, especially with Crispin too, because Crispin's like so picky about how you go about your energy. So.
Yep. I like that it has good one prize attackers, right? You got the Fan Rotom, the Raging Bolt, Little Raging Bolt. That's always been a benefit of this archetype. And, seeing that that's still holding true. Although I don't know. Yeah, I'm excited to get my hands and see more content around post-rotation. But considering Unfair Stamp has been the ace-spec of choice in all the top 4 lists, and certainly well represented amongst the top 16 lists, I'm not sure that I'm jiving with the hyper aggro decks.
I mean, maybe,
but
but
like Fez into play.
At the same time, you got Fez in play. You got Noctowls. Also, Unfair Stamp's a one of that. Like you don't have a search out for. It's not like you're Arvening for it. Unfair Stamp's like you just got it. At some point, you're gonna draw it, and you hope that your opponent had knocked you out the previous turn. Type vibe.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's not like people are going Arven Unfair Stamp. They're just playing it and hoping they have it.
Right. Whereas before it was like Raging Bolt looked kind of similar, right? It was a hyper aggro deck, and there was 4 Ionos in decks, and they were Arvening for Unfair Stamps. So yeah, it's pretty much chilling compared to that.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right.
Fair enough.
Why is Team Rocket's Articuno in this deck?
So I'm pretty sure it's if you're against like a Dragapult or something, you can avoid like weird board wipe situations by having an Articuno on the bench, and then you can just retreat into a Dwebble and then Ascension it. So it's a way to have like a basic on your bench that isn't a Dwebble that can be sniped.
Okay.
I think.
Interesting.
I don't know for sure, but
it just
that's the
protects
vibe
itself.
I get. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Huh. That is interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah. I mean, makes sense to me. I'm like flabbergasted at the Pheasantipity. This is a card that I've wanted to be good for a while.
I don't know.
I don't know why that's in here, but you could do 60 damage if you have a Dark Energy attached, and you're damaged by an attack. Flip a coin of heads, prevent that damage. But on 120 HP Pokemon, I just don't.
So I'm gonna keep it real. I think Crustle hard carried this run.
And Pheasantipity was
the rest of the list, and the rest of the list really did not matter that much. That's my theory.
Yeah, that's probably true. Dang, and you got the Hero's Cape. That's the only way to give your Crustle more HP. Because like in current format, you have the Lux Cape.
Yeah.
But we missed that. Dang.
He's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, do we just agree that they should have just played, instead of the 2 Pheasantipity, a 4/4 Crustle? Like, that just has to be...
Probably.
That just has to be better, right?
Like...
Nah, man. Just think of all those flips that they flipped.
It's like the Hail Mary of all Hail Marys.
Didn't take any hit. Dude, how else are you going to knock out Hariyama?
True.
In one hit.
Oh.
True.
That probably actually is what it's for.
I can pretty much assure you that is what it's for.
Yeah. Okay. Fez, you earned a spot, bro.
Can't you do that with the monkey? How much HP does the Hariyama have?
So the Hariyama damages itself, so yes, Monkey Door can knock it out.
So
but you have to already have a dark on it or Crispin to it.
Have a dark on the Pheasantipity?
There's four boss on the list.
Mm.
There's 4 boss on the list, so with the Fez, you could potentially go aggro on.
Oh, like
Hariyamas
after
too.
they aura jab, you can Fez it. You're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Okay. I don't think I quite understand that, but to each their own. Let's get into the Rockets decks. These are fun. So, Andrew, you want to start with the Rockets Honchkrow or the Rockets Mewtwo?
Rockets Mewtwo.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, Rockets Mewtwo, I mean, really, the thing about it is that it's just going to slay the Dragapult deck. I mean, that's what it's here to do. You got the Liz Clefairy in there. it's also going to slay Lucario. I mean, so it's like those top 2 decks, Lucario and Dragapult, those were the decks that everybody had their eyes on. And Rocket's Mewtwo, I think, is just that big, basic, psychic guy. And people were like, oh, well, this is going to be my counter deck, right? So I kind of see Rocket's Mewtwo as like a very hard counter pick to what the expected meta is. I don't see this as a deck that can really hold up against... I don't think Rocket's Mewtwo is real, to be completely honest. As someone who wishes that it was, I don't think it's real. I think that Lily's Clefairy is the realest card in here, and that you're just better off playing that card in better decks, like what we saw from
I don't know.
4.
It's like, just to push back on that slightly, you have the best setup
Go
in
ahead.
the game. You have the best setup in the game with the Proton. And then you have Gust, like reliable Gust, and you have reliable Hand Disruption.
You have better than reliable Gust. You have reliable Guzma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
I don't know, man. Like, as much as you maybe don't like it, I don't think it's it feels to me like you're saying like a counter deck, right? Like it feels solidly tier 2, but I'm kind of saying like, tier 2 is fine. In the right meta, tier 2 is fine.
Tier 3.
I don't know. Like,
This is like for
to be
alligator
honest,
tier. For
that's so
alligator
hard.
levels of fraudulent. Yes.
Oh wow, for alligator, that's a tough act to follow.
Indictment.
for alligator.
I've played this deck, and I've played the Mewtwo deck quite a bit, like last year, and it's not good, bro.
I hope both the Team Rocket decks are horrible. I hate them.
It's not good. And the
I
deck
ran
didn't
the
gain
numbers.
anything. The problem with the Rocket deck is that it's the same dang supporters that I was looking at last year.
Yeah.
It's the same Transceiver. It's the same Pokemon lineup. I've played this deck.
Yeah, but to be honest,
I know
like,
exactly
but
how it works.
thematically, it's sick. Thematically, it's amazing.
I hate them, man. I hate them. I ran the numbers. This deck has 37 named Team Rocket cards in it. The Honchkrow deck has 45. That's nuts, man. Like, your whole deck is just given to you. And that's not even counting the basic energies. If you count the basic energies, that's 44 slots that are just crap that was printed straight into your deck.
Thematic, dude. It's so thematic. Who doesn't want to be
God.
swinging with the Team Rocket's Giovanni's Mewtwo? And then you got your little, Team Rocket grunts on the bench. I mean, it's just so perfect. This is peak Pokemon.
I will say, I think the Rocket deck also fares like fine against the winning deck, the Amsol deck.
Mm-hmm.
So more points in favor of Mewtwo.
It might be time.
I hate the Rocket decks, man. I don't like it when build and battle decks are strong.
Yeah, but you can't say
Now,
that
the
this
Haunch
a
is
build
better
and
than
battle deck.
Mewtwo.
Yeah.
The Haunch is better than Mewtwo.
Yeah.
Haunch is better.
Oh, by a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Haunch
I
is
see what you're putting down there. That's basically Goldango if you think about it.
It's kind of like Baby Blissomon.
It's true.
You just haunch them, It's a single energy.
Well, when you put it that way.
And the thing about Rocket Feathers is it's got like a 60 times multiplier or something.
Yep,
Yeah,
It's good,
60
yeah.
times.
I mean that's a good multiplier right there. And we just got done glazing the Rocket supporters. So they're like the best supporters. So
And you're gonna discard them?
yeah, well, and that's where the Miracle headset comes into play.
Okay, well, I have video proof of you calling Miracle headset terrible. So
Yeah, but then I also was converted on stream to a Miracle headset believer. Because I played this deck for 6 hours straight one day, on stream in current standard, because Ascended Heroes is out, and came to the conclusion that you actually have to play Miracle headset because you spend the whole game discarding all your best supporters, and eventually you'll draw into the Miracle headset. You'll be like, it's a miracle, thank God, and then you can make another play happen.
Well, it's crazy. The ace specs, there's only a couple good ones in this, which is true last time ace specs happened too, right? But if you're not gunning for Prime Catcher, then stuff like Miracle headset all of a sudden becomes viable.
It's more like in order for this deck to function, you have
Yeah.
to play it. Because the
Yeah, I
deck
mean, it's just
is,
plus 120.
its
extra
weakness
search.
is its inconsistency. Like, you
Yeah.
will miss a knockout by one supporter, and you'll be like,
Yep.
cool, I freaking lose now. Or, like, whatever, you know? It like, that type of thing will just cause you to lose the game. The other thing that I found that will, like, sometimes cause you to lose the game is, like, oh, I just didn't draw in. Like, I Ariana'd, and then I Rockets Factoried, and I, like, just didn't find the Haunch Crow energy combo that I needed in order to freaking attack this turn, or, like, whatever. Just typical one prize stuff, right? You're like, because my attackers don't survive any hits, I need to rebuild one every single freaking turn. So, like, obviously, but since you are trading well, right? Since you are trading well, you can afford to take a turn off. And that's actually where the Team Rocket's Murkrow comes into play. And if you pull that up, Team Rocket's Murkrow is actually a very good card in this deck because you do miss knockouts sometimes, but you're trading favorably. So you can afford to actually just put an energy on Murkrow and use Deceit. Usually you're going to go get an Ariana, and you're like, all right, I'm just going to draw to, freaking 10 next turn, and we're going to see how it goes next turn. And usually you'll get it the following turn. So that is a nice little consistency boost. It's very thoughtful. It's like, obviously the game designers kind of know that this deck is a little bit of a pile, so, like, giving it, that little extra boost in consistency is nice. And in current standard, this deck's biggest weakness is hand disruption, Iono, all that. And now you're only contending with the unfair stamp, really. So that does make this deck a whole lot better, because at the end of the game, when you're getting Iono to 2 and resources are low, that's like when things get really crunchy. But if you're not consistently getting Iono to 2 every single time, then things go a lot better.
Murkrow, the glue holding this entire deck together. That's awesome. All right. What else is interesting? I guess the Lucarios. Let's take a look at the Lucario builds. This is Lucario with the Soul Rock Lunatone combo. And
that has no Hariyama.
Yeah, no Hariyama.
And Monkey.
Yep. Yeah, the Monkey's cool. And a Crispin.
And Scoop Up Cyclone.
Scoop Up
as
Cyclone.
The freaking ace. Whoa.
Love it.
Whoa.
So we all know the Lucario. We all know that. The Meowth, of course, going to search out a supporter. I mean, this is
probably
just
boss's orders or something.
Yeah, maybe like a boss's. It could even get like a Lily's or a Judge even. Some people are saying. Yeah, this is just like a turbo Lucario deck. I'm not.
That's cool. All right,
too excited by this.
The thing about this list, no, I am. This list is nuts because it's got the 4 pad in it, which is different. That's different for Lucario. You've got 4 Ultra Ball, 4 pad, 4 Gong. So I mean, like, them rocks getting out every single game. The rocks getting out like turn 1 at every single game, and yeah, that's interesting because that was a problem that I was having with other Lucario builds. Is like when you're playing like 4 Gong, 4 Ultra Ball, sometimes you're just like, yep. The rocks.
Dude, the other list plays 3 pad, and he also fit a 2/2 Hariyama. I don't know. You can fit a 4th pad in there if you really want.
Is the Hariyama better than Boss? Like, I'm looking at this list, and I just really would like a 4th Boss's orders. That's kind of like immediately I would just cut, I don't know, like a Wally's or something and try to fit a 4th boss.
I'd definitely get the Wally's Compassion out of here.
Like, is the
other list
Hariyama
plays Wally's
better?
Compassion as a 2 of? Oh my god.
Wally's Compassion is seeing play for sure in Japan in these lists.
Oh my
yes.
gosh.
You got the Meowth, dude.
Yeah, this just loses to Mega Floette.
Well, there's no. I mean, you got to
even
imagine that these decks are trying to account for like Dragapult, right? So
yeah,
they're trying to, and Scoop Up Cyclone is giving you play against Dragapult. Wally's Compassion is giving you play against Dragapult. Monkey Dory is giving you play against Dragapult. And the issue is that, like, you're getting one tapped by like Lily's Clefairy and stuff. And I think that maybe the Lucario lists were trying to compensate for Dragapult, but maybe weren't expecting getting one shot. And that's kind of like the strategy that showed up in droves was like Lily's Clefairy is the answer to the meta because the meta was supposed to be Dragapult and Lucario. So, those big guys that were not supposed to be getting one-hit KO'd are getting one-hit KO'd. And basically the decks that actualize Lily's Clefairy are the decks that are kind of the best decks in the format right now.
Yeah, I think I'm just not trying to evolve in post-rotation.
I think
you want to play... Yeah, you want to play
Big
the Absol deck.
Yeah.
There's a teal mask box in there.
I'll evolve
Raging
it in
Balls.
Knockout.
Yeah, let's take a look at some of the other ones here. The Terra box. I think maybe the Ogerpon box. That might be something that I, kind of gravitate towards as well. I guess I did say that the Force Vitality. That's not really evolving because you get to do it all in one turn.
Bro.
But yeah, like this
Bro's
is
already hedging his takes.
This is fun. This is fun, right? Right, guys? No evolving here. No evolving in sight. Again with the 2 Latias, 2 Meowth, 2 Kangaskhan. There's like a 2 ofs across the board.
I'm liking the 4 Serrano, 4 Crispin.
Yes.
Well, I get destroyed for saying this format looks terrible or I don't know.
No,
this
it
looks miserable.
For sure.
Yeah, it looks kind of cool.
This looks so bad.
I don't know.
Yeah, this looks so fun to me.
This is the kind of format you're like hyped to play for like 5 games out of a regional, and then by round 6 you're like, this is the worst format I've ever played. Please,
I don't know. Like,
set going.
No, it's gonna be beast.
You guys really liked Buzzrock when that was a thing, so
I didn't like Buzzrock.
I did.
Yeah, Andrew really liked Buzzrock, so I feel like this is calling to him.
I'm a simple man. I don't need a lot.
Ironically, I was the most successful Buzzrock player, wasn't I?
What about Natalie?
That was Buzzgarb. Very different. Very different.
You grinded into day 2 of Worlds?
I got day 2 Worlds.
I got top 4 at a regional. I got a trophy for
you did. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Memphis Buzzrock.
Yes.
Yeah, that was beast mode for sure. Yeah, you get that title for sure. But I don't know. This format looks terrible to me, but that's fine. We weather through the terrible formats to see the good ones. That's what it's all about.
I mean, we came
for sure.
Like, we're in a historically goated format, in my opinion. I think Riley, you
and we're about to go to like
goated. I think this is. I think like when we look back, and Riley and I have had this take, and we've said this before, but when we look back at the current standard format, and you could maybe even include Ascended Heroes, like if we look at the current format, over the last 6 months, roughly, we are in one of the peak.
It will be very fondly remembered.
This is gonna be the sum lot for people that actually know about Pokemon cards.
So true. The format I'm looking at on the screen right now is like, I mean, I've had this take. It's like right when N rotated and we were all playing like Judge and the other Lily that like drew you up to 7 or whatever. Like, this sucks. I don't know.
The only thing that's missing is Mew VMAX, dude. God.
Right. Mew VMAX is the great equalizer in those sorts of formats.
Mew VMAX and Path to the Peak, dude. That's all this format is missing, and we are golden.
Yeah.
I actually think that format sounds better to me right now. The Mew VMAX with the Path and the Judge and the like Lost Zone.
Oh, that was
that looks better to me right now than this looks right here. This looks terrible.
No, because this format. Okay, this format was kind of it was operating on the presumption that Dragapult and Mega Lucario are the best decks. I think Mega Lucario is actually somewhat fraudulent, not actually a real deck because it cannot hold up to any psychic
attacker period
at all.
Yeah, Clefairy is just
which has been the problem from day one.
And again, will continue to be the problem. So it's kind of like a false, a false hope that Lucario is actually going to be good now. It's not. It's not. Still loses to psychic stuff. And the problem is that Lucario is getting caught like crazy in the crosshairs from Dragapult, right? Because Dragapult is actually good. Dragapult is very good. And people will tech for Dragapult and will happily stray Lucario on the way to doing that.
Yeah, for sure.
And that is exactly what's happening. So all these like Clefairy box decks are kind of just like equalizing the format. And I think now the format will kind of like go somewhere interesting from here.
So I'm willing to give the format a chance, acknowledging that last year for Alligator and Wallstall was all that we saw in Champions League. However, I still think the card pool we're looking at is pure unfettered terror.
Change though. It's change. Standard is change. Change is good. And the thing about our current standard format is it's a good format. You said goaded.
I think it's going to be up there. If we can pedestal some lot as a community, then
no, we don't. I don't. That format sucks.
I think a lot of players think that format is like peak Pokemon cards.
Top 5.
So if we can pedestal that as a community,
dude,
then certainly we can pedestal.
This format is way better than some lot. Way better.
I think this format's way up there.
It's good. It's very good. Yeah.
Is it one of one? I don't know. Like I haven't ranked all the formats, but I would say it's pretty high up there.
In modern Pokemon, I think it's top 3. In modern Pokemon, so we're talking about rules change. We're talking about rules change. We're talking about rules change black and white. So the last 15 years, I think it's a top 3 format.
Yeah, easy.
It could be. I have to do a little more thinking.
If you're saying top 5, Andrew, I actually don't think it's egregious for JW to call something goated if it's within the top 5 of all Pokemon formats ever.
Goated?
Like he's not saying it's literally the greatest of all. No. When you just like say stuff like goated, it just means it's really good. Like, come on, like people won't be like the cereal today is goated. You know, like they're not saying the cereal is the greatest meal of all time, dude.
The format's pretty good. The thing is though, is that all standards you just have to move on. Like I'm ready to move on.
And that's fine. No one's arguing.
And I'm ready for Angie after that. Angela's going to come and really shake things up.
Yeah, the change to me is exciting. I don't even care too much about what we're changing to. I'm just ready to change.
And here you go. You have, a change into Big Basic, Teal Mask Ogerpon, Unfair Stamp, Lily's Clefairy Supremacy. It'll be glorious.
This is like ChatGPT generated checklist.
Big Basics have the most HP for
Sure, I can help. Cyrano and Teal Mask Ogerpon have great synergy.
It's important to play at least 2 of every card that you hope to play in a game, because that way you mitigate your prize cards.
JW's in tune.
Yeah, see, I know.
Since he's watching all the AI YouTube videos.
Exactly. I'm in full harmonization with the AI, no doubt. And that's why I'm going to dominate this format. Just saying. Well, that's a good absolutely. Primer. I mean, these decks are like, I'm excited. I don't know. Maybe I'll be excited, like Andrew was saying, for all of a month. But this is cool. Like I'm liking what I'm seeing. You got there's really like a lack of stage 2 diversity, right? It's really just Dragapult as the stage 2. I suppose you have the Meganium Arboliva deck, which is kind of out of left field, and then otherwise a ton of Big Basics. But I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be a really fun format, and can't wait to dive more into the intricacies.
For sure.
Facts, King. Facts. Well, we accidentally recorded another mega app, basically. So that's pretty sick.
Yeah, it's dope.
That's true.
Little flexors. Little flexor bots in the comments. Can we get you?
Yeah, if you enjoyed this, please like the video, subscribe, etc., etc. You can find us on X, the Everything app, at Real John Walter for myself, at Smiles with Riles for Riley, at Enjoy Friend for Andrew, and at Tag Team Pokemon for the podcast.
Thank you all so much for listening and your continued support, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.